Hello, and welcome back to another FPL 2024-2025 preseason video. Today we're going to do a little bit some of a different thing because I'm not going to showcase to you my draft. I'm going to showcase to you another draft that I will be building here, and we'll see how it's going to go. So the purpose of this draft is going to go without Haaland. I've seen a lot of people around the internet, in Twitter, or in other people's videos doing the no Haaland draft. I'm personally not a fan of it, but I want to see what I can do with the budget I'm saving from Haaland. I'm going to go through the important picks, in my opinion, that still needs to be part of the draft, and how at the end is going to look, and how can we cover the Haaland points that are going to come no matter what, honestly. But let's see if we can challenge that Haaland draft versus a no Haaland draft. Starting as usual, I'm going to be taking a look at the captain options because this is the most important thing, to have the best captain possible. I'm willing to take hits during the season, but honestly, only for captains. It's not worth moving around because this player has to destroy the other player by far with a lot of points, and that rarely happens. But if you're going for a captain hit or something like that, it's always good. Let's start with the captaincy options. As usual, I will be starting with the Newcastle boys because Isaac versus Southampton, Bournemouth, he's captain material in those two games. Then it's Wolves, so he's captain material there. And the other guy that is captain material is Mohamed Salah, Ipswich, Brentford, Nottingham Forest, Brentford and Forest at home. So Southampton for Isaac at home, then Brentford and Forest for Mohamed Salah at home. Those are very, very good captain options, and I quite like them. Even though we are going without a Manchester City player in the face of Haaland, that does not mean that we're going to go without a Man City attacker, and that attacker is going to be Phil Foden. He is one of the best players in the league, and even though he starts against Chelsea, then Ipswich, West Ham and Brentford, those three fixtures are going to be money, and I don't think you will be surviving it without a Man City player. I don't know if Foden is going to be the right choice to go for at the start of the season because he was playing so much time in the Euro 2024, but still I want to include Phil Foden into it because he is one of the better players in the league, as already mentioned, and he is going to be my coverage for not owning Erling Haaland. Not owning Haaland means that we can invest a little bit more in the midfield now because you're not spending 15 million in attack, and that player that I want to bring in is called Heung-min Son. Basically, if I'm not owning Haaland, I for sure will be owning Heung-min Son, at least for the start. Leicester and Everton, two good fixtures. Then you can swap him for either Palmer or Saka, but for sure Son at 10 million is like a very, very good investment that you might need to make. Going forward, we need to start filling up some bench option because I've covered the captains here with Salah, Isaac, Son and Foden, but the bench is still a bench and we have to go for different players. A 4.0 keeper is a regular, Harwood, Bellis, placeholder is a regular, a goalkeeper of some sort needs to be brought in, but let's see what budget we are going to have at the end, because here I want to bring in Guardiola. Guardiola for me is a very good player to own at the start. Yeah, Chelsea and Arsenal not the best fixtures, but those three cannot be ignored, and he is a guy that can score a goal because he's so offensive and he got a good rest after Croatia went out of the Euros in the round of, I believe, in the group stages. So yeah, he was going to have a good rest and he's going to be fit. Even though we don't own Haaland, I don't think we should be spending a lot in defense as a whole. So I'm going to build my defense here. I still believe that even with money from Haaland, that defense is going to be returning a lot of points. And I believe that it's a pretty solid one. You're covered with a lot of the teams, the good teams, Villa, Palace and Everton are very solid teams here. I may go for a slight change, but let's see where the budget leads us. I believe that in midfield, Eze should be present once again. I don't see a reason why you shouldn't be going for him. There is zero reason in my opinion. But yeah, Eze is there. Saving from Haaland means that we can invest upfront to Watkins, because Watkins is another one of the best players that you should own, in my opinion, honestly. So yeah, we're going for him there. Up front, I see a place for a guy called Kai Havertz. I need I need an Arsenal attacker, so it's either him or Odegaard. but with that budget, it might get a little bit tricky. Let's see how it goes. Let's put wings here. So yeah, we will need to do some adjustments because the budget is not enough. So we have to sell one of the players. So it's either Watkins or Havertz. I believe I'll be going without Watkins here because there is no reason realistically to spend so much money. I can go with Bailey here. Let's say because we now own an Aston Villa attacker. It's not nailed as Watkins, but still here we can go for a cover, and we have 6 million. So I can realistically update Mikulenko and go for a player of the caliber of Saliba. And now, going for Saliba, he's going to be playing every game realistically. And here I can go for Rob Sanchez, let's say. I can drop down Eze to a 6.5 and do good, but I don't think I need that. I have coverage in a lot of the great attacks. Basically, I own all of the attacks. So selling Haaland will allow me to have Spurs player as well, which is not a bad outcome to be certain. Villa player is there. Like, those are the best attacks from last season at the end, specifically like Liverpool, Arsenal, Villa, Spurs, City, Crystal Palace. Those are all good. Here, yeah, two expensive defenders I can go down from. Maybe 6 million is a lot, but why the hell not? Why you shouldn't be getting the players? You have rotation options from the bench being Palace and Villa. They rotate pretty well. You have Harold Bellis, who you are not going to use, let's be real, especially with Saliba and Guardiola into the frame. The issue gets around game week 4 and 5, where it's Spurs and City and Villa are high scoring teams to some extent. But here it's good, then it's once again scoring teams. So a lot of options you have into the lineup. I believe that this draft is solid. In game week 1 is Salah. In game week 2, the captaincy option can go to Foden, can go to Salah, can stick on Son. Yeah, that's good. In game week 3, you can go for a little bit difficult here to decide, but most probably Foden is a good option to go for as a captain. Then in game week 4, you have Salah, you have Isaac, you have Bailey, you have Eze. So you have plenty of good options. So basically this team is going to not look so great in game week 3, to be fair, because you face with Crystal Palace and Chelsea, Liverpool face United, and Newcastle face Spurs. So that can be a little bit tricky there. But still, I'd quite like this draft, to be honest. Like, I find it appealing not going for Haaland, but is it worth it? Like, you have a proper captain option in game week 2, 3, and 4 with Haaland. It got me thinking for sure. I will be most probably leaving you here, guys, for this draft. I believe that it's solid. I believe that you are going to like it. It's a little bit of a short video, but still all the things were covered. Captaincy, defensive, you don't need to sell Saliba or Guardiola. I believe everything can be used here. So yeah, all in all, a pretty good draft, and you have the best attacks in the league covered. So yeah, I quite like it. Let me hear your opinion about it down in the comment section. Like, subscribe, all of those great stuff. But for now, guys, I'll be heading out. Bye!